Hey, welcome back to SF Giants Recap. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 Giants players of all time. So make sure to subscribe and like, and so you keep getting Giants content and help the algorithm. And so comment who I missed, and no more wasting time. So let's get my top 10 rankings for all-time Giants. And now coming in at number 10 to start off the video is Orlando Cepeda. I ranked him number 10 to start off the video because he is an amazing player for the Giants through the 50s and 60s, with 7 seasons with the Giants and a 297 career average and a 50.1 WAR throughout his career, winning Rookie of the Year and MVP. The reason he is not as high as others because he only played 7 seasons with the Giants, and I do take into account how many seasons they played, because then that's the amount of output they did for the Giants. His position was first base, so he wasn't that important for defense, but he did have a above average offensive output, and that's why he's number 10. He's an amazing player. He had a lot of amazing hits to get the Giants in the playoffs and do really good in the 60s and late 50s, and so that is why he's number 10. He's not higher because he kind of slowed down later, and he only played 7 seasons, as I already said, but that was why he's number 10. And so we're going to head on to number 9. Coming in at number 9, you have to put this guy in the top 10, Mad Bumgarner. Had a 3.14 ERA in 10 seasons with the Giants, and not mentioning his amazing stats in the postseason with a .25 ERA, and that deserves number 9 position in my opinion, and won a World Series MVP in 2014, and is the sheer reason that he carried the Giants to almost 3 World Series. In 13 seasons he's played, he has had a .554 winning percentage and is a 4-time All-Star, and that is why I have him at the number 9 spot. And he has 19 home runs in his hitting career, and he is amazing. And the main reason I'm putting him as number 9 is that he was the main reason the Giants won in 2014, 2012, and 2010, especially 2014, with his amazing World Series performance, pitching lights out against the Royals and the Pirates and the Nationals and the Cardinals, just name them all. He pitched amazing in the postseason when it mattered the most, and that's why I have him in at number 9. And his ERA in 2020 he struggled, but that wasn't with the Giants, and so with the Giants he did amazing. Even throughout the regular season he was still a stud, but the postseason where it matters most, he came out and he performed really well, and so that is why I have him at number 9. So we are going to go on to number 8. Now for number 8, it is a little battery mate for Mad Bumgarner, Buster Posey, who has one of the best, if not the best, catcher the Giants have ever had, with a .303 career batting average, 43 WAR in his career, and being the great defensive catcher he is with the Gold Glove, and being a 6-time All-Star, winning 4 Silver Sluggers, an MVP, Rookie of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, and leading the Giants to 3 World Series. Definitely number 8. He is not higher because he had a rough 2018 and 19. Those were a bit of a struggle and a back injury, and also opting out of 2020. But so far in 2021, he's performing amazing, and so that is what brought him to the number 8 spot. You guys can argue that current players shouldn't be in the top 10 rankings, but I'd argue otherwise, because Buster being the best player on 3 World Series championship teams, that's just amazing. And 2010 was amazing. 2011, where he got hurt, he came back in 2012, and he won the Silver Slugger and Comeback Player of the Year. Like, that's unbelievable. Until 2021 is looking like he could win a second Comeback Player of the Year. And so you never know. And Buster Posey, that's why he's at number 8. He's an amazing catcher, throws out tons of people. He is hitting with power, hitting with contact. He can go opposite way. That's why he is number 8, and so we'll go on to number 7. Will the Thrill is coming in at number 7 with the .303 career batting average. That is really good for a player, and that doesn't happen a lot. He had a .497 slugging and an .880 OPS in a 14-year career, 7 with the Giants, so that's why he's number 7, because of the production with the Giants. And his awards throughout his career were Rookie of the Year, 6-time All-Star, 5 times with the Giants, and ended in top 10 in MVP voting with 4 times, and that's why he's number 7. He also played in all 162 games in 1988, with 689 plate appearances that led the league that year. He just had a ton of production with the Giants in the 7 years he was with them. That's why he's number 8. He's an amazing player, but the only 7 seasons with the Giants that won't cut it for better because of the production. So he's an amazing player. You can't deny it. With a 300 career batting average, anything above that is amazing, and he did that. And so that's why he's number 7. So we'll go on to number 6. Heading on to number 6 is Willie McCovey. McCovey ranks 6 with a batting average of 270, 374 OBP, and a 515 slugging in 22 seasons. He is a 6-time All-Star and has an MVP award as well as Rookie of the Year in 1959. And he only played 52 games that year, and so that just shows you how well he played. And in those 52 games, he has an OPS plus of 147. And to give you a comparison of a player today, Albert Pujols' OPS is 145. So that is an elite player compared to another elite player. And Willie McCovey is ranked higher on my list because of how many seasons he did play with the Giants. And that's why Will the Thrill is behind him. And McCovey had 19 seasons with the Giants, if you were wondering. And McCovey played amazing. He did really well, winning the Rookie of the Year in only 52 games. He had an amazing batting average, and in some seasons he had a couple down years. That's why his career batting average isn't that good, but he is an amazing player, MVP, and that's why he is number 6 on the list. And so we'll move on to number 5. Coming in at number 5 is arguably the best starting pitcher in Giants history, the highlight kick guy, Juan Marshall. Juan Marshall was number 5 because he dominated in his pitching career in 14 years with the Giants. He had a 2.89 ERA. It was a 10-time All-Star and top 10 in MVP voting 3 times. In his career, he had 2,303 strikeouts and a whip at 1.101. He was so elite through his career, and batters only batted 237 off him. And in a hitter's era in the 60s, where it was super competitive and hard for you to be a good pitcher, but Juan Marshall got inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1983. And he had amazing stuff, and he could throw lights out, go 9 innings sometimes. And yeah, most of the times pitchers were expected to go 9 innings, and he would throw lights out all game. And arguably one of the best, but number 4, you'll see who it is, but you guys can argue either way, because in my opinion, number 4 is Christy Mathewson. He's coming in at number 4 because you can argue he is number 5 behind Juan Marshall, but because of his stats and all that, he is still an amazing pitcher. He has a 2.13 ERA with 17 years in the majors and had 2,507 strikeouts and led the majors in the ERA and strikeouts 5 times each. He played from 1900 to 1916, and he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1936. He led the league in wins 4 times and had a whip at 1.058, and doesn't have any awards because back then there wasn't that many awards you could get. But he would have, my guess is he would have won the Cy Young a couple of times in many All-Star games, and he would have performed really well in any time, I think. But it was a strikeout era and all that was going on, but he's still an amazing pitcher based off his stats and all that, and so that's why he is number 4. You can argue either way. I'd be fine if you put him at number 5 on behind Juan Marshall, but you can't take anything away from him because he was so amazing. Coming in at number 3, it is kind of a little bit of controversy, but in my opinion, it is obviously Barry Bonds. He was absolutely amazing throughout his career. He holds the record for most home runs, for gosh sakes. Like, we'll go over steroids later, but still, that's amazing. He is a 14-time All-Star, 8-time Gold Glove, 12-time Silver Slugger. He had 2-time batting title and 7-time MVP. Those stats alone, like those awards, that is amazing. He had 162 WAR. He held the record for most walks. He had 762 home runs in his career. He had a 298 batting average and a 444 on base percentage with a 607 slugging, and he was absolutely shredding in the major leagues. And now let's go over steroids. Like, yes, that does enhance your muscles and all that, but you can't have that hand-eye coordination without hitting that many home runs. Yes, I think he added a little bit more home runs with his enhancing drugs, but still, in my opinion, he's the number 3. If he didn't take steroids, and there's no evidence for that, he'd easily be number 1. Easy. That would just be unbelievable. But that's why he's number 3. You can't put him number 1 because all the other players didn't have enhancing stuff. But he was still shredding. Hit so many home runs, just so many splash hits, pulled the ball, could see the ball. He had so many walks. No one wanted to pitch to him. He got walked with the bases loaded and on purpose. And you guys probably know about that situation. Like, that's just unbelievable, his career. And so that's why he is number 3. We can't take anything away from that. But we'll go to number 2, and that will be Mel Ott. Mel Ott is coming in at number 2 for the amount of power he had with the 22 years of the Giants. That's a lot of baseball. The productivity he gave for the Giants with 511 home runs from 1926 to 1947. And MLB, where it was not a slugfest yet, he crushed the ball with a 533 slugging and has a 110 WAR. And in the Hall of Fame, he has a 12-time All-Star and won the World Series with the Giants in 1933 and won all 4 of them with a walk-off home run, I think. And he had a career OPS of 155, OPS plus, and had 1,700 walks in his career. He was top 10 in MVP voting 5 times and was really good for the Giants in a career where it was kind of a dead ball era. Him and Babe Ruth were one of the best back then, and he really brought the style of that hitting and his stance for how his stance was. He crushed the ball, and so that's why I'm at number 2. And going on to number 1. Well, number 1 is pretty obvious as I already said. If you didn't put him at number 1, what are you doing? It is none other than Willie Mays, and he played baseball where the players were at their best, and arguably the best player ever to live. Willie Mays has a career of 153 WAR, a 302 average, and 22 years in the majors. He has a 156 OPS plus and ended his career with 660 home runs and is a Hall of Famer, 2-time MVP, 12-time Gold Glove, 20-time All-Star, and had 1 Rookie of the Year. And besides all those awards, he is an amazing all-around player with hitting tons of power and also tons of contact. And on the defensive side of things with 12 Gold Gloves, that explains it all with how mobile he was out there. And he showed on the field with his amazing over-the-shoulder catch. And he still was playing at a time where baseball was the most popular, and it was hard to be a good hitter and good player. And he was amazing, and he didn't take any steroids, and yeah, that's why he is easily number 1. And this will wrap it up for my top 10 Giants players. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and like, and so I'll keep making these type of videos if you like them. And so I'll see you next time for a new SF Giant recap video.